Now 6.5 has a few things going on. At the top of it, it's just a basic circumference radius problems, nothing really fancy. It says to leave my answer in terms of pi. So if the radius is 21, the circumference is 2 times the radius, that would give me the diameter, times pi. So I end up with 42 pi, don't forget your units, centimeters. Now, again, giving an exact answer. If the circumference is 24 meters, well, the circumference, 24 meters, is equal to 2 times pi times the radius. So to solve for the radius, I would divide both sides by 2 pi. The 24 over 2 becomes 12, so I end up with 12 over pi, don't forget your units, meters. Now, in this case, it's talking about this CD that's spinning. So, and they really, this needed to be a little bit more accurate in that they're talking about the speed of at a point on the edge of the CD. Nobody asked about that though, and everybody assumed that's what it meant, so that didn't end up being an issue in the problem. So I need to find meters per second how fast this thing is going. Well, I need to figure then how far it travels in one revolution, which is the circumference of the circle. So circumference is 2 times the radius. Let me put that in parentheses. 2 times 5.7 times pi, which means the circumference ends up being 11.4 pi centimeters. So in one revolution, that's how far it travels. So it travels 11.4 pi centimeters in one revolution. Well, but it travels 1,400 revolutions for every minute. How many revolutions can cancel? This is centimeters per minute, but it wants meters per second. So from centimeters to meters, there are 100 centimeters, because there are 100 years in a century, 100 cents or pennies in a dollar, so CENT means 100. 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Now my centimeters can cancel. This would leave me in meters per minute, but I want meters per second. So 1 minute is the same thing as 60 seconds. Now my minutes can cancel. So then I'm going to take 11.4, and this didn't say leave in terms of pi. It actually, in the directions above, said to give my answers to the nearest tenth. So 11.4 times pi times 1,400, and then divided by 100 and divided by 60, and I end up to the nearest tenth with 8.4 meters per second is the speed of a point on the edge of the CD. Now, here's what happened. A lot of people had the moon, and a lot of people had the satellite orbiting around it. And they said, hey, the moon is 35 kilometers wide, and it's traveling 21 kilometers, and so they took 3,500 plus 21. But that's not the diameter of this whole big circle. I have another 21 out here. So I end up with the circumference. Well, let's just do the diameter first. The diameter is 3,500 kilometers plus 2 times 21 kilometers. So the diameter itself ends up being 3,542 kilometers. So the circumference is just 3,542 pi. They said to round to the nearest kilometer. So when I take 3,542 and multiply it by pi to the nearest kilometer, I end up with 11,128 kilometers for my answer.